Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Endless Legend, Inferno, playing as the Kapaku. Alright, let's move on into the next turn. Town is growing relatively nicely. We're now up to 4 population because we just finished rebuilding that village. Now we can work on the seed storage. Could grow again in 7 turns. Alternatively, if I brought all of you guys over here, we cannot finish it in 1 turn, which is unfortunate. So I do want to leave at least 1 pop here to shave off a turn from the seed storage. But let's go ahead and continue focusing mostly on food. I'd like to build kind of tall in my initial city if possible. You guys are welcome to explore, find more ruins. And we could, of course, just continue pacifying villages. That is certainly an option. Steel stocks. Now this is an anomaly that also would give approval. Approval is pretty nice. If you look over here, you can see the approval of our city. Right now it's at 60%. We are content. If we can raise this happiness up to certain tiers, then we'll get different bonuses. There's happy and then there's fervent. We also have an empire approval status. Right now it is 60% because that's the same value as my city, but this is an average value of all of your cities. So you want everyone to be as happy as possible. If you get this up really high, you can get some really nice benefits to gold, dust, food, industry, and so on. If we use up these boosters, these also tend to give a good amount of approval. For example, Quicksilver. Now, I don't really need XP on units unless we're going to go to war at some point, but the 10 approval is really tempting. I'm going to go ahead and pop this right now for the next 10 turns, and that boosts us up to Happy. Happy gives us an extra 15% dust and science on our cities. It only is going to last 10 turns, but that's a really nice buff. We should be able to research some technology a little bit faster. Gold does something different. This gives city upkeep reduction, which I don't really care about that much right now. Spices I do want to use, but I'm going to wait until we finish the seed storage to get as much food on the city as possible for that 50% bonus to go as far as we can. The geomic labs I also need to build, but let's go ahead and get our extractors first. We can queue this up next, I guess, because that will unlock sewers because of that quest, which is nice. You guys are looking fine. Now, normally I would split these guys off and let them kind of explore elsewhere. What I'm going to end up doing is let the Stone Sentinel continue to explore, and we're going to send our hero back to the city. Now, you can do things with the hero. You can either have them lead an army, and they're pretty powerful units in their own right, but they also give a lot of different bonuses. For example, if you look at this guy, we have Army Boost 2, which gives extra attack and defense to the entire army. Like, you want to have heroes leading your armies whenever you can. And all of them are going to be a little bit different. Cavalry Slayer, we do extra damage to cavalry. Spying, we're not going to get into the spying mechanics too much, I don't think. This Army Boost is pretty good. But they also can be governors in a city. Now, this particular guy actually does not have any boosters to a city, which is unfortunate. Maybe we won't make him into a governor after all. Some of them have boosts for your industry, your food, your dust, whatever it's going to be. And you can level up your heroes. For example, if we go to the faction-specific talents, you can see here that we would get an extra 2 science on volcanic terrain. If we put a second talent point in here, we would also get more industry and gold on volcanic terrain if we are a governor. That's pretty nice. More approval in a city with more volcanic terrain. Dust cost to retrofit, not bad. 10% science on a city. Resources from strategic resources, that's quite good. And more attack during dust eclipses. So, this is a faction-specific talent tree, and all the Kapaku heroes will have all these same talents. This is the common talent tree, which every hero, regardless of which faction they come from, will have, and they're usually kind of weak. I don't usually bother with these. And then there's class. Makani Che is a cavalry hero, so this is our class. If it was an infantry hero, we'd have a different set of talents, and so on. Here, we can see that we get an extra 3 attack on units. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and spend the point on that. Then we would get extra movement on units. Then we could get extra accessory slots on our hero. You already sort of saw that you can retrofit your units and your heroes earlier. More initiative on units, damage on a hero, or morale on units. Morale is a whole new mechanic to worry about, but basically, if you have a bunch of units in a combat kind of clustered together, they gain morale, which they all just give each other bonuses. That's pretty much all you need to know. Population of Misan has grown up to 3/4, so we already knew that. Let's move on to the next turn. So we're going to finish the seed storage in 2 turns. Glass Steel in 4. Geomic Labs in 6. So after that's done, we can move almost directly into the public library, because that'll be done in 5 turns, which means we can start cranking out a pretty hefty amount of science. See, I'm a really big fan of that. The Kapaku are actually a pretty good science civ. I like them a lot. So let's move down this way. Any anomalies? Remember, you can only place one city in a region. There's another player down here. Okay, and another one over here. Ah. Okay, good to know. So we want to explore an entire region before we place down a city, just to make sure we're getting the most benefit possible. As it is, this region has nothing. It's got 3 Silix villages, which is really, really strong, and I want to do that. But no anomalies. It's going to be a pretty generic city to start us off. All right, so the Stone Sentinel is going to continue moving. We can actually move everyone for now. That's all we can do. All right, so let's go ahead and teleport our hero over here. No. No, the hero has no bonuses. Never mind. We're going to continue exploring and getting XP. What I could do is actually teleport the hero up here and start moving around and exploring this region. But if we teleport, there's a cooldown. We'd have to keep him there for a few turns, so I don't think it's worth it. We'll probably split him off from the Stone Sentinel. That said, there's also another player over here. We may not be able to expand too much further without having some hostilities, you know? So with other players, you start off in a state of Cold War. And what that means is we're not actually at war, but if we encounter each other in neutral territory, we can fight. And there's a very good chance that the AI will decide to do exactly that. Let's see, more boss over here. We encountered some Ursies, which are kind of like troll orc people. They're not terrible, I don't think. Nothing else really to see over here. I was expecting to find a lot more ruins than this with my hero, and that's kind of the reason I've had my hero exploring, because I want to find as many ruins and get as much XP as possible. We've not been lucky on that front. All right, we've encountered the Necrophages. I hate these guys. You can never be at peace with them. They almost always are aggressive. They do not do well with food. They produce very little, in fact. Mainly what they'll do is go and kill things and assimilate their corpses for food. Hence why he went and immediately killed the minor faction. There's a ruin. Let's go for that. You are going to start working your way over here, I guess. Well, maybe we want to have you explore a bit more down this way. I think we're going to end up colonizing this region, and we're probably going to colonize right up over here. There's a lot of room to grow. Cold Forest. Yeah, I don't know, man. This region's not great. This region's better. A good amount of science. Probably a pretty good amount of food over here as well. And some dyes, which are fine. Mutant Marsh? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We got a level up on our Stone Sentinel. They've gained a fair bit of experience for marching around and seeing the world. Titanium Extractor is done. We're going to start producing 1 per turn. We're going to start working on some glass steel as well. We want to have both. We found nothing in that ruin. That's unfortunate. We'll explore a little bit over here. We can't see quite over this region yet. Let's see. It's probably not going to be anything else over here unless we want to go into Blue's territory, and they will kill me if given half the chance. These guys can attack me right now, actually, if they get close enough, because we were at Cold War. Yeah, the Necrophages are very aggressive. New Empire plan will be unlocked in 6 turns. For that to work, you're going to want to have some influence. We are not really producing much influence here at all. Can I find a way to get the Genomic Labs in 2 turns? Yes, I can. And that will be just in time to start building a public library. Perfect. If we wanted to build the Husbandry Center, we would get a lot more food per population and start building a very tall city. I could certainly consider doing that, but I think what I may end up doing is going for a settler. You don't get any food while you do that, so we'll wait until the Genomic Labs is done, and then we'll reconsider, but I may want to start moving toward that. Just go for an expansion, try to block our opponents off from taking a region that I want. These Silix are so good for the Kapaku. Those strategic resources are crucial. That is how you are going to spread your volcano-forming machines. Someone has already completed a legendary deed, all right? We've got some more spices. Okay, that's good. So if you look here in legendary deeds, who finished it? Those are all the wrong screens. It is another empire I have not met. I'm surprised. I would have thought it was the Necrophages. Alrighty then. So they're going to get... Whoever finished that is going to get some extra... Oh, it's probably these guys right here. Red. Yeah. These guys. So they're going to get an extra 15% initiative on all their units, which means they're going to go faster than I can. So where do I want to place down my volcano former? Let's go ahead and use some glass steel. 2. and make a volcano former. The cost goes up for every volcano former you create. What these guys can do is place one down, and it'll turn all the surrounding tiles into volcanic tiles. There's still a shockingly good amount of production and food here. So even though there's not an anomaly, this is not the worst situation for me. A little bit of dust if we do this. 11, 16, some science. What about over here? 18, 17. That's a lot of food. But I think production might be better. 14, 21 is nice. Let's see. If I moved over, let's say here, 14, 17. I like that it tells you what the bonus would be. 13, 19. There's a lot more dust that we would get if we expanded down to these regions, but I think right here, actually, 14, 21. And we can build a lot of our desired buildings for, like, science and dust and stuff. All right, we're going to place it here. Now, we have the added benefit. If we place these two cities close together, and we are, then they'll be able to reinforce each other with their garrisons if someone attacks us. So that will be nice. Yeah, there's tactical training. Don't care about that. All right, move on to the next turn. So we could go into these guys' land. And I guess we could do that. There's the sewer system done. All right, Eureka. Boom, free technology. Let's go this away. I want to see what you got. We found the Gorin. They've already been pacified. That's to be expected. More likely they got eaten. I can't see a lot over there. All right. They are still in neutral land, but they're separated by a cliff, so they can't attack me right now. We're going to place the volcano former right here. Now, this takes 5 turns to operate, but it will turn this entire region into volcanic terrain, which means we can use it for food. So that's an important thing for the Kapaku to do. That's the only way to really expand in non-volcanic regions. We can build the public library, which would get me an extra 10% science, plus 10. So we would be at 27. That would be an extra 2.7 science from that. So basically, this building is worth like almost 13 science if we build it. That's pretty good. Sewer system will give me more approval, and when we're happy, we would get some extra influence, which can be nice. I think we're going to build that public library, and then after that, I think we build a settler. It's going to take me 2 turns to build the public library. Can I speed that up? No. Can I slow it down? No. So let's go ahead and focus all of our production on food right now. It won't be enough to grow before we start working on the settler, but still. It's not too bad. All right, nothing else to do. Let's move on. Okay. And they are attacking us. A single Necrodrone to start us off. Oh, wait, he's a flying unit. I forgot. So, yes, he can attack us. Good news is, he's within range of the city, which means my militia are going to defend. I am ready to fight this. So your Necrodrones are flying units. They have pretty solid stats. They're one of the best units in the game. They also cause diseases, except we're Kapaku, we have golems, and they can't contract diseases. So we are a natural counter to the necrophages in a lot of ways. What's his speed? 3, so he can move 3 tiles. So he can catch up to me if we move over there. I'm gonna, well, how do I want to position this guy? I want to make sure that we're not getting stuck on cliff faces and I can still attack him. I think this is okay. These flags represent where my reinforcements are going to appear. So let's go ahead and say that we're ready. I want my militia to all attack these guys. You go after the militia, so I know you're not going to get the counterattack. So this is fine. Let's go ahead and launch. He's coming after us. Now, because he's blocking our militia right here on this reinforcement point, our 3rd militia can't appear here, but he can still appear here, which is all right. We did diddly squat in terms of damage, and for some reason, my Sentinel decided he wanted to move there. Don't ask me why. You guys all attack over here. He's doing a lot of damage, and we're doing nothing to him, but militia are basically free units, so as long as he continues to attack our militia, I'll be okay. Nope, he decided to go for my Stone Sentinels. I do not want to lose that. Actually, the fact that he can fly around is giving him a huge advantage right now. Okay, we need to back up with our Stone Sentinel, if we can, and have him fly into a region where we can actually surround him, because we got no damage in that round. I need to keep this guy alive. 20 damage is not that great. 20 more damage. Still nothing. Is he going to attack me or not? Let's get him into the high ground. He's going to kill my freaking militia. I think we might lose to a single necrophage. There goes one of my militia right there. We're going to inflict some damage if we can. There are only 6 rounds in a fight, so if we don't kill him or he doesn't kill us by then it just ends in a draw and we take what damage we have and we go our separate ways for the turn. But he can always attack me again next turn. If we can do a little bit more damage, we can kill this guy. One of our guys just died already of disease. We're going to launch into the last phase. He wants to fight my Stone Sentinels, and because he's a flying unit, we couldn't do anything to him. Can you do 20 damage? 10? Alright, so we didn't manage to kill him. He killed 2 of my militia. So that sucks. But we didn't lose our Stone Sentinel. That's something. I think I want to kill him, though, because I don't want him to raid my Volcano Former. I assume the AI can do that. I don't know for sure. Alright, we're ready to fight. We're going to do this all over again. You're going to stay right over here. And stay close together where the militia are going to go. Let's see what he does. He's going to move up here. Our militia's going to come up here. Okay. Yeah, we just need to do 10 damage to this guy. He's going to attack me. Gosh dang it, he's going to attack over the cliffs. So annoying. Alright, it's dead. We killed the Necrophage. Or the Necrodrone. Yay! That was costly. Not really. These guys will regenerate just fine. Okay, let's move over this direction. This is an area I want to expand into as well. Some pretty good resources to be had. Let's explore up to the north and see what else is over here, though. We are level 2. We leveled up. Sweet. You are going to continue to explore this away. Haven't found much, but we are finding out that he's kind of along the coast. Now, if I had settled closer to the ocean... Actually, we're not too far off this ocean. I could expand and grab it. That's not bad. Fool, your slaves will be thrown in the volcano-formed lava pools they've made by nearby soldiers. Wow, that's a very specific threat. It's almost as if the AI knew I had a volcano former. Fascinating. Yeah, they're not happy if I kill their units. Ah, the Kazani. Demons. These guys give extra influence per pacified village. They are a flying unit with pretty solid stats. Flame Walker, they don't lose damage when walking on volcanic terrain. Chain Lightning do damage to adjacent units. They're pretty good. They're a good combat unit. I might get them. Maybe. There's a ruin. We'll see. So they are the village of this particular region. So if I expand over here, they're the ones that I'm going to get. We weren't quite able to grow. That's sort of okay. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a sewer system for right now. And after the next turn, when we have 1 extra population to kind of boost up my production, then we'll switch back over to the settler. But for now, let's make some progress on this. And we're going to grow in 1 turn regardless, so no reason to stay on the food. You guys are going to push over this away. Still haven't found his city. There it is. You can see by the farms right here, this is where his city is going to be located. Okay. We actually should probably start heading back home with these guys. We've kind of explored as much as I want to. We haven't really found any ruins, which is always sad. But, yeah. At least let's try to get out of his land, if possible. I do not want to get killed by the necrophages. Be very unfortunate. Alright, now that that is done... glimpse of a new era. Someone has already entered Era 2. That's not too surprising, though. Your acts of aggression during a Cold War will not be forgotten. You're the necrophages! You're never going to forget that stuff anyway. Let's switch over to the settler. Settler's going to take 2 turns, and the extra production will roll over into the sewer system and finish it off anyway. But you can't grow while you're building a settler, so this is a win for me. I think I will build the Husbandry Center after this. Get a lot of extra food per pop, and we're going to make our capital city build really tall. Ideally. Alright, let's grab this ruin. We get... Oh, we have to climb down here. More science and dust. There's another one. Thank you. Still no sign of any other players over here, so it looks like this region's pretty safe to expand in. Same over here, actually. We're pretty well separated. I'm very happy about that. Alright. Population grew up. Yeah. Alright. Let's turn off the resource icons, just so you can kind of appreciate how beautiful the map is. It's a really good-looking game. Considering Endless Legend came out several years ago, still really nice. We have a fair bit of dust. I could rush a building if I wanted to, but I'm not sure that I care right now. Museum of Auriga would be very nice to build. So this would give me extra approval per level of this district. Also, we get extra dust and science. It would cost me some titanium and glass steel, but we can afford that. How long would that take to build? You haven't seen districts yet, actually. So, okay, let's talk about this real quick. So, the city center will work the 7 tiles around it, and we can build borough districts around it. And what that does is it works everything in that radius as well. So we can expand this way, and these 3 tiles, which were not being worked before, will be now. That's how we get extra food, industry, and dust. Not bad. Now, the downside of building these things is they reduce the approval of your city by 10, which really does kind of hurt. However, if you can surround a borough street with 4 other boroughs, it will upgrade to level 2 and give you 15 approval. So expanding is always a bit of a trade-off. You make a city less and less happy, but if you build in a proper clustered formation, you can build that back up and offset a lot of the damage. And in the meantime, because you expanded, you have access to a lot more resources. So expanding out these ways, like some extra food and stuff, would be quite good. Not a lot of advantage to expanding on the edge of a region. You cannot work the tiles across the borders, so that's not going to be a thing. Building over here, however, would give me an extra 5 food, industry, 6 science, and 5 dust. That's really good because we'd start working this anomaly. Now, the Museum of Auriga works the same way. If we build this here, it works like a district. It works all the tiles around it. If we can surround this by other districts, it levels up and gives me even more approval, which is really, really strong. Like, I'd like to go ahead and build that. It would take 10 turns. If I focus really hard on industry, we might be able to do that, though. If I spent 16 dust, we can guarantee we get the sewer system next turn. I think we go ahead and spend some dust. So 9 turns, and we would get the Museum of Auriga. That's a wonder. If I can beat the other nations to getting that, that would be a pretty nice advantage. I'd also love to get the Industrial Megapole. That's a lot of industry. Lots of it. We have 20 spices. If I could get 10 more, we'd finish this legendary deed, but the odds of that happening feel kind of low. All right, so let's move and explore this ruin. I mean, maybe I'll get lucky. You never know. Dust and science. That's fine. We can do our Empire plan. So the Empire plans work by spending influence to accomplish certain bonuses for your nation. So if we move down here, for example, we would unlock extra vision for units, more dust for every population on cities, cheaper unit production, or 20% science, which is obviously pretty nice. Wouldn't mind getting 20% extra science. Probably will do this, in fact. For everyone you build, it costs more and more industry, and as you advance in other eras, you get even more bonuses available. We're going to go ahead and spend 20 influence to get 20% science in my cities. That will make a difference, I think, I hope. And we cannot reactivate our Quicksilver booster, so that has expired, but I might activate another one. If we do gold, actually, if I do spices now, while it is cheaper, then this will have an effect on my new city when I build it. Let's go ahead and activate the spices. That 5% approval is all we need to tick into the next tier, which makes us happy, which means we're getting extra dust and science as well. So now we're producing 31 science in my capital city. That's not too bad. One more technology after this is all I need to move on to the Era 2. I probably... Do we have any luxuries in this region I'm about to colonize? The answer, as far as I know, is no. I haven't been down here yet. His army looks like it wants to kill me, doesn't it? Let's go this way and try to get away from him. I do not want to get attacked. We may not have a choice. We can retreat, but it's going to be a little tough. Titanium weapons would be a good thing to unlock. More dust production would certainly be nice. The extractors we won't need because they're not in the region we're colonizing yet, so this is not a high priority. I do want to get extra dust, but I think we may move on to advanced alloys instead to start getting some weapons to retrofit my units. Alternatively, we can unlock boats, geomancers. I mean, you really have to pick and choose what you want to take from your eras. It's a bit of a hard call. We could instead go for advanced armor. And next era, pick up tier 2 strategic weapons. That's a thing. It's really hard to say what's going to be the best here. I think we can skip going for tier 1 weapons. I don't think we're going to go to war because we're not that close to our enemies right now. So instead, I think I am going to go for the Empire Mint after this, so that we will be able to build some more dust production in all of my cities. I think that that would be worthwhile. All right, let's move on. So these guys, we need to move out of here as quick as we can. If I go here... Just trying to think through my movement points. Yes, yes. Move this way. Oh, crap. No, no, no. Don't attack. Move, move, move. Move and move. Okay. We can queue up our movements, but these guys are in a position to attack me right now. He's not sure he wants to. But still. So we're starting to work on the Museum of Auriga. Good. We have finished our settler, so we can go and move somewhere else. I think we go ahead and start doing that now. Let's create a new army. These guys are going to move to my new volcanic terrain right here, which you can see the volcano former has finished its job. And if we move up here, we can actually plant down the city this turn, which I think is worthwhile. Let's go ahead and do it. 14 and 21. Boom. Wait, did I forget to activate my booster? No, I did. Oh, phew. Got a little concerned there. We are still happy, fortunately. But yeah. All right, let's build the mill foundry and the seed storage and probably maybe a sewer system and a public library. Those are the things that we are going to queue up. I actually can rush one of these right now if I wanted to. Maybe the mill foundry? Alternatively, I can save the money to try rushing like the Museum of Auriga. Right now, it would cost me 1,600 dust, which obviously we cannot afford. But as we continue using our production, the cost will go down. So maybe later we can save a turn or two. But I think I'd rather just go ahead and spend the dust here and guarantee that we finish the mill foundry next turn so we can produce everything else faster. Every turn that you save yourself cascades throughout the game, you know? Because then you can move on to the next thing a little bit sooner. Let's go ahead and head down this direction. There are ruins out in the ocean tiles. If we built some boats, we'd be able to see those. Nothing new that way. All right, so you guys need to run as fast as you can get out of here. I don't know if you're going to be able to, though. He can chase us down if he wants to. There's just no way around it. So either we're going to get attacked or we're not. Silix. These are the guys that I want to bring into the fold, but I have to go and get a quest from them. The necrophages have expanded in this region. There's their city. So now we have some solid borders. That's concerning. Let's go ahead and end our turn. I'm going to click this button so we use our movement points as quick as we can. Get out of there. Spam it. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on. Run. Thank you. Don't know if it's enough. He can still... Yep, he wants to attack me. Okay, we are going to retreat. He has a city nearby so that he gets the reinforcements, so that's bad. It actually thinks that I stand some sort of a chance, because foragers are very weak units, but for now... I mean, no, I'm just going to retreat. Now, if you retreat, all of your units take like 50% health damage. But we get a runaway again. He can continue chasing me, so obviously this is not a very long-term solution, but I'm hoping I can get out of here. Probably not. It just means we're definitely going to lose the fight next time. Whatever, it was worth a shot. Let's go this way. Yeah, running into the necrophage's territory was probably not a smart idea, if I'm being honest. There's a ruin we can take a look at least. That's good. I hate the idea of losing my units. We could teleport our hero out of there. Guarantee we lose a stone sentinel, but at least my hero doesn't die. We may have to, honestly. I think we have to. All right, I'm going to teleport my hero up to the new city. No, we're going to teleport over here. I don't think he's going to gain me any particular benefit. But let's just do it. He teleports, so he's over here now. We're going to lose the Stone Sentinel next turn, almost certainly. If we can get away, you know, great. But I really don't expect that to happen. At least we're not going to have to lose the hero. All right. Finish with the Mills Foundry. You can see that shaved off a lot of time. We're going to grow in one turn regardless, so let's put some extra industry over here. We're losing a lot of dust, which concerns me. We're not really producing much of anything. Yep, I'm aware. And he is going to kill me. Let's retreat. And we're not quite dead, but we're mostly dead. Run this way. Nope, he's chasing me still. Gosh dang it. You jerk. All right. Well, we actually might be able to get away, but he's got, like, no health. If he gets attacked by anything, we're dead. Okay, you're going to explore over here, and then we're going to go talk to the Silix and get a quest from them. More dust and science. There's actually another one over here. Let's go test this. Saratan, spider people, driders. They're fun. Not very good at combat, though. All right, let's go over this way. We're going to talk to the Silix, get a quest. See if we can pacify them. If we can finish this quest, I think all the Silix in the region will get pacified, which means we would get 3 population in Olaran, which is a really nice bonus. All right, one more turn for the seed storage, then the sewer system, and so on. Geomic Labs is worthless. It only would give us 2 science, so I don't think we're ever going to build that. 6 more turns on the Museum of Auriga. 3 turns when we grow up, and then we can continue putting more people here. Still would cost me 1,100 dust to rush that. I don't think we're going to have enough dust to rush anything, to be honest. We'll move on to the next turn. Let's spam my movement and try to get out of there. There we go. All right, I think we may have actually gotten home free. Unless the minor factions spawn an army, which does happen. Case in point, here are the Silix. They've spawned an army. All right, these guys are going to roam around, and they are going to attack my city. Fortunately, we do have a militia, but we don't have many military units, so we're going to want to build some of those out. If I built, let's say, a Stone Sentinel and prioritize that, that would take 3 turns to build. probably worth it. So we'll go ahead and start doing that, because I'm going to lose a unit if we're not careful. Well, I'm probably going to lose these guys, but let's see. All right, I want to see what these Silics do before I move, because I don't want them to attack me. But I do want to go up to their village and talk to them. Okay, can you go... You can get up here in one turn. Go here. As far away from the Silics as possible. They're going this way. Perfect. Let's talk to them. Parley. They want proof that I'm a reliable ally. Their kidnapped brothers are located somewhere in a region called Rakmnal. Locate the Kazanji village and destroy it. This one right here. If we can destroy this village, I think that all 3 of these Silics will become mine and I can assimilate them, which would be very good. So that I like that idea. If I can get some military units and my hero together and go wipe this out, that's fine with me. That's a very doable quest. All right, 2 units being done there. Museum of Auriga is down to 4. We're going to grow next turn. It's going to cost me 600 dust. I'm not going to have enough. We're very close. I really hope that we can get it. But we have to end this video here, so thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.